Hey guys, Christian from Shasta Films back here again today. We're going to be doing another movie review, but before we get into that, I would like to mention really quick, got a new background here. The gray walls look awesome. We redid some of the stuff in this room. We basically redid most of the room, well, except we left like the desk and the couch and all that stuff in the same spot. We just redid the walls and whatnot. We're still working on hanging stuff up, but at least we got this background taken care of, and it looks a lot nicer now, so I'm really happy with that. So anyways, today we're going to be doing a review on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So, like my normal movie reviews, this will have a non-spoiler and a spoiler section. Before I get into the non-spoiler section, if you'd like to go straight to the spoiler part of this video, I'll have a time code up here and you can just go straight to that. That'll take you right to the beginning of it. So anyways, the overall the plot of this movie was actually really intriguing and was good enough to actually keep someone entertained for the entire time. And the plot itself didn't really rely on the first movie at all, so it's almost like its standalone movie. Granted, if you would watch the first one, you'd probably have slightly deeper connection with the characters, but they still did a pretty good job of getting you emotionally involved with the characters that you're seeing on screen, even if you hadn't seen them before. So, because they basically reintroduced everyone, and I loved it. It was totally awesome the way they did it. And while it maintained the typical Marvel humor and then some, the story was also slightly emotional in some parts of it. I won't tell you which parts or anything, but there are definitely some times when it actually gets just slightly emotional. So definitely keep an eye out for that. It's always a lot of fun that they throw that kind of stuff in. And the characters obviously made it very fun and engaging. Their on-screen presence was awesome. And I mean, come on, who can resist Trash Panda and Baby Groot? I mean, no one. It's impossible. They're too awesome. So the CGI and SFX of this movie were amazing as always. I would actually rate them above Warcraft, which is kind of sad because that's all Warcraft focused on, really. But yeah, their CGI and SFX were amazing. Their color scheme and scenery was on point. I loved it. The entire movie just looked amazing. Had that nice story to keep you engaged and awesome characters to follow and kind of get emotionally attached to. And of course, Baby Groot. Baby Groot. I cannot stress Baby Groot enough. And I mean, I really don't have anything bad to say about this movie. I definitely recommend that you go watch it on your own. Even if you're not a Marvel fan, this movie is still great. And once again, you don't need to see the first one to watch this and understand it. It is basically its own standalone movie, which I think is totally awesome. I love it when people do that, when they just kind of expand on a universe without making it so you have to watch every single movie. So, anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the spoiler section now. So the opening scene did a great job of reintroducing the characters and the unseriousness of this portion of the universe, with Baby Groot doing his little dance around the battlefield, listening to Peter Quill's music while everyone else is in the background fighting this huge creature. I think it did a really great job of once again establishing the universe, reestablishing the characters, and it actually set up the plot really well by going into Rocket, stealing all the batteries, and creating this conflict with this other group that started chasing them throughout the whole movie. And that honestly kind of became a subplot at part of the movie, but I didn't mind that because it wasn't really a huge plot. It was the plot that led into the main plot. It was kind of an interesting thing how they did it, because they're fighting these guys, and that's when they meet Ego. Ego saves them, and that's where it leads into the main plot of Peter Quill being a Celestial and being Ego's child. So it was just kind of an interesting way for them to bring in that story, and the fact that they had them constantly following the Guardians throughout the entire movie was just great, and the times that they popped in just added that extra humorous effect anyways, and it was just awesome. And as the story progresses, we also get more backstory on Peter Quill, which I think was totally awesome. His backstory is actually really cool, and you hear about it from different sources. You hear about it from him, you hear it from Rocket, you get it from Yondu, you get all these different perspectives that actually just kind of make you think like which one's really right. And then it's kind of once you hear Yondu's that it's like obvious, like, okay, yeah, this is most likely what happened. And it was really interesting the way that it worked, and just all the things with Ego and whatnot. I loved it. So, and obviously the discovery of Ego's sinister intentions were slightly predictable. That didn't really take away from the fun of finding out how he was going to execute it and how it all unraveled and getting the full details on it. So I thought that was really cool. Like I said, it was obvious that he was going to be the villain of this movie, but it wasn't obvious exactly what he was going to do or what his plans were or how any of it was going to be executed. So I thought it was really cool. They did a fantastic job with that. And once again, like I said, it didn't take away from the fun of the movie having that foresight. Actually, if anything, it kind of enhanced it because you're sitting there like waiting, like, oh, how's he gonna do this? What's he gonna do? What's gonna happen next? You're kind of getting that through your mind, like, I wonder what's gonna happen here now that, it's obvious Ego is the villain. It's just one of those things you can tell from the start. But once again, it's still really cool. So, and then at the end of the movie, when Ego finally falls to the Guardians and we witness Yondu's death, it was a sad moment, but it also was kind of uplifting in a sense when all of the others come to celebrate Yondu's victory and his life. And it was just, it was so emotional. It was so emotionally packed. I just, I couldn't help. I almost cried. I'm not gonna lie. I almost cried at a Marvel movie, and I'm not ashamed of it because it was a sad ending. But once again, it was also like kind of a moment of pride and uplifting to see everyone coming together to celebrate a life like that. So overall, I'd give this movie a 9 out of 10. There were like a few minor issues I had that I can't really like describe very easily. But, once again, I'd give it a solid 9 out of 10. And I only deduct points because, once again, only a few select moments within the film that I found didn't really need to be there or were just slightly boring. But it was overall a fantastic film that I highly recommend you guys go watch on your own. Once again, even if you're not a Marvel fan, it is still a fun movie to watch. Very engaging. It's got very nice sci-fi look to it. So if you're into sci-fi at all, you'll probably love this movie. And once again, I loved it. I adored this movie. I didn't care much for Guardians of the Galaxy 1, but this movie I really loved. It was a fantastic movie. Great job, Marvel. Once again, keep it up. I love the Marvel Universe so much. I'm so excited for Infinity War, which if you think I'm not doing a movie review on that, you are sadly mistaken. So anyways, guys, that's all I got for this movie review. Thank you all for tuning in today. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe for more content in the future, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.